We're finally all packed now. We're waiting for the Uber driver to come, and then let's get going to the airport. Hello guys, my name is Mehdi and welcome to my YouTube channel Flighty Crane. This is my first ever YouTube video and today I want to take you to an adventure in Kochi, Japan alongside my girlfriend Mai, who is from Kochi. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button because there will be more videos coming. The trip started in Frankfurt, Germany, where Mai and I live. We first flew to Tokyo with Emirates, which took us about 17 hours, including a 1-hour layover in Dubai. After leaving the plane, we headed for immigration and it took me an hour to an hour and a half to go through it because of the high number of passengers. Nevertheless, there were many counters open and the officers were quite quick at processing your entry to Japan. Speaking of airports, if you are arriving in Tokyo, bear in mind that there are two airports. We arrived at Haneda Airport, which is also called Tokyo International Airport. We chose to land here because there was an early morning flight to Kochi available from this airport. Many international flights also arrive in Narita Airport, which is in reality quite far from the center of Tokyo. However, Narita Airport does have interesting low-cost flights to other cities of Japan, but for us it just didn't make so much sense to arrive in Narita. We spent the night in a hotel close to the airport. Although small, the room was very clean and comfortable. We treated ourselves to convenience store food, and after all I've heard about convenience store food in Japan, it did live up to the expectations. We got some stuff from the convenience store. This is gonna be our dinner at 2 a.m. Tofu pudding, inari, monaka, onigiri, natto sushi, and this is moji? Manju, and raribusi. Yeah. The biggest surprise for me was the natto sushi. In case you don't know natto, it's basically Japanese fermented soybeans. I previously heard that the smell can be repulsive, but it's actually not that bad in my opinion. It has an earthy and nutty taste that I really enjoy. We woke up quite early and headed back to the airport to catch our flight to Kochi at 8 a.m. We also got to see a plane with Demon Slayer livery, which is a famous Japanese anime in case you don't know it. If some of you have been wondering all along where Kochi is located, well, there you go. Kochi is located in Shikoku, the smallest of the 4 main islands of Japan. Kochi is not only the name of the city, but also the name of the prefecture, actually one of the 4 prefectures of the island of Shikoku. One of the highlights of my first day in Kochi was eating out at Koko Ichibanyo, which has amazing Japanese curry and has great options for vegans. However, this was only a prelude to something even better. Mai's parents prepared us a real feast of homemade temaki that will stay in my memories forever. I also got to try konnyaku sashimi, but sadly no one at the table seemed to believe that I actually did like it.
Good.
The next morning I found my new talent. I tried Japanese calligraphy and did a hell of a job. It was a lot of fun and it's a nice way to immerse yourself in the culture. I can only recommend it if you get the chance to do it. Our next activity was also paper related, and this time it was quite literally paper making. About 40 minutes from the city center of Kochi, there is a cultural center called Tosawashi Kogemura that offers a paper crafting experience. I'll leave the link for you in the description. We chose the 600 yen package of 8 sheets of paper the size of a postcard that you can decorate with flowers on site. It turned out to be a lot more fun than expected, and you can get creative with the decoration. I would also recommend calling the center beforehand to make a reservation just in case, because it can get pretty busy. When we picked up our paper the next day, the center was full and was not able to accommodate unscheduled customers. And by the way, you don't need to come back a day later to pick up your paper. You can also wait for it to dry on site. But we had more plans for the day, so we didn't want to spend more time there. After crafting our paper, we hit the road again and went to the Nyodogawa area where Mai's grandma lives. Nyodogawa is located to the east of the city of Kochi. It takes approximately 1 to 1.5 hours to reach there by car from the city center of Kochi. Alternatively, you can also reach Nyodogawa by using a combination of trains and buses, although this option may offer less flexibility. While the journey to Nyodogawa offered us some stunning views across the mountains, the Nakatsu Gorge, once we arrived, proved to be even more breathtaking. The Nakatsu Gorge is connected to the Nyoto River, known as Japan's cleanest river, renowned for its pristine blue water. We spent approximately an hour trekking in the Nakatsu Gorge. If you come here, look out for 7 statues of the gods of fortune, like this one. We visited the Nakatsu Gorge after a day of intense rain, so the water was apparently not as blue as it usually is. However, despite that, I still found it beautiful and absolutely worth the visit. The area boasts several waterfalls which were notably more powerful than usual after the heavy rain. The gorge also offers stunning rock formations and lush vegetation. The scenery is simply breathtaking. I fell in love with the Nakatsu Gorge, a place where you can immerse yourself in nature for a tranquil moment. Surprisingly, it wasn't crowded at all, with only a few people in the vicinity during our visit. We came here in early April and the temperature was delightfully pleasant. I can only imagine that this place must be a wonderful escape from the summer heat, offering shade, coolness, and the soothing presence of water and trees. After the hike, it was time to indulge in the local hot springs. You can find the link in the description. The next morning, we returned to Kochi city, which is very charming and compact. We had 2 activities lined up in the heart of the city: a visit to the delightful Kochi Sunday market and an exploration of the impressive Kochi castle. Accompanying us for the day was Mai's cousin, Kazu. Our first destination was the lively Sunday market, which was high on our list of must-see attractions. At Kochi's Sunday market, you will discover an extensive array of products available for sale. From fresh fruits and vegetables to authentic Japanese knives, traditional tableware and elegant vases, the market offers a diverse selection. Remarkably, you can even find Japanese swords and samurai body armor among the captivating assortments. The sheer range of products available is truly impressive. I had a great time strolling through the Sunday market in Kochi. It wasn't crowded at all if you compare it to the busy streets of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. We stumbled upon this awesome fruit called konatsu. It's a local citrus grown right here in Kochi and is only available from April to May. We couldn't resist trying it out and we were in for a treat. These little guys turned out to be way sweeter than expected. I saw so many fruits and vegetables at the Sunday market that I had never seen in my life. It was like stepping into a whole new food world. I think it's a great way to get a glimpse of the local food culture. You can also try out the local street food as well as treats from other regions of Japan. After the Sunday market, we made our way to Kochi Castle. It's this amazing Japanese castle that's been around since the 17th century, sitting right on top of a hill in the middle of Kochi city. Getting up to the entrance can take around 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fit you are. But honestly, I would suggest taking it slow and enjoying the view of the castle from down below, along with the peaceful surroundings. Sadly, we missed the cherry blossom peak time and the ones we spotted like this one were already becoming green. Once we reached the hilltop, we were greeted by another amazing sight of the castle. Just like in any typical Japanese house, remember to take off your shoes before stepping inside. The entrance fee is a mere 420 yen. Once inside the castle, you can feel the distinct Japanese ambience, really capturing the essence of the castle's age and history. However, what I loved about the castle above everything else is its garden and the beautiful view of the city of Kochi and the mountains all around the city. You can explore the castle and get a view from different angles and several floor levels. Just a heads up, if you plan on reaching the top of Kochi Castle, brace yourself for some ancient, steep stairs. But let me assure you, it's absolutely worth it. Once you make it to the top floor, which was surprisingly less crowded than the rest of the castle, even with its smaller size, you're treated to a panoramic view of the city and the surrounding area. I can only imagine how stunning it must be during the cherry blossom peak, or even in autumn when the trees turn brown. All in all, visiting Kochi Castle is a definite must if you're in the area. You've probably already noticed by now that Kochi has an abundance of natural beauty, especially when it comes to mountains. But guess what? It doesn't stop there. Later that day, we decided to hit the beach, and let me tell you, it was just as beautiful and peaceful as everything else we experienced in Kochi. While swimming was not allowed at this particular beach, it was still worth visiting just to take in the sight of the water, the rocks, and the surrounding forest. The time I spent in Kochi was simply too short, and I can't wait to return for more sea-related adventures, like whale watching and scuba diving. The next day we traveled to Beppu for a few days, but I'll leave that for another video, so stay tuned.